Morning everybody, this is Pete from Pete on the AT. Just getting out of camp. I must have slept pretty decent there towards the end because it was full light out and I hadn't woken up yet. It's foggy, as you all can see. Really, I don't know, high or low dew point, I don't know what it is, but everything was pretty wet when we got up because of the dew. A little slight breeze, but Mike checked the weather today, said it was going to be 72. Now, a lot of times that's down in the town. So, it could be, I think, 68 or somewhere between 65 and 70 up here. I think the general rule of thumb is for every 1,000 feet that you climb, the temperature goes down 3 degrees. That's just general rule. I think we're somewhere around 3,000 feet right now, but I think we're going up to, I think the high point is going to be like 4,400 feet. And then of course you have a little bit of a breeze. So the weather is different in the mountains at elevation versus the town. And generally you get the town weather. It's going to be, water is not overly abundant on this little stretch. So I think it's a 4 or 5 mile stretch where there's not going to be any water, and I only have a little less than a liter with me, so I might get a little thirsty later, but at least it's not too hot right now. Had a nice evening. I will mention this in terms of shelter etiquette. Mike and I got there early, decided to make a fire, a little campfire. Weather was nice. We made a little campfire. We spent about 2 hours gathering wood, and everybody was sitting around the campfire. And older lady came in, and you know how smoke goes. Sometimes it blows one way, sometimes it blows the other. But it was blowing towards her. And she asked us not to put any more wood on the fire because the smoke was bothering her. And, being respectful, like my mother taught me, I said, okay, we won't put any more wood on the fire. But, here's the deal. We had the fire going. Everybody was enjoying it. She comes in way after the fact and then asks us not to have a campfire because the smoke bothered her. My point is, if you don't like a campfire, you don't like the smoke, go set your tent up someplace else. Don't sit in the shelter. So just be mindful of that. I gave her a little benefit of the doubt because she was, from another country. And, but, if you don't like the smoke, don't sit in it and go put your tent someplace else. Or if you don't like, people, eating around you, then go set your tent up someplace else. Anyway, that's just a little side note, a little bit of shelter etiquette that I wanted to pass along. So today I'm going to dedicate my day to Molly and DJ and Maddox and Holmes. I get to FaceTime them, but I still miss them a great deal. So just want to dedicate the day to them. I'm going to say a rosary, and we'll be thinking about them and the boys today. All right. Well, just making some miles. I think we've got 14 to go today. Talk to you soon. Just wanted to give you a little morning view. Not much. But you can see the river in the distance out there. Sun breaking over. Well, maybe you can see the sun breaking over the mountain. Anyway, but look at all these trees. In literally a couple of weeks, all the trees will have leaves on them, and you won't be able to see anything. It's just going to be a completely different hike when the leaves are out. I mean, we're going to appreciate it because of because of
the 3 miles into my hike, and just kind of wanted to let you know what the trail looks like. I guess you would just call this, you know, walking in a cloud. Yeah, so, you know, everything is getting that little mist on it, so, but I'm okay because it's not cold. And then when the sun does burn through this fog, you know, then I'll have a little bit of moisture on me to evaporate and keep me cool. It's amazing what a few days will do. I think it was just maybe 4 days ago that I was walking through ankle deep snow and slush, and, you know, 20-degree wind chill. And now I'm thinking a little bit of moisture for when the sun comes out. But that's just the way it goes, especially at elevation. Been a pretty nice day today. That's where I've come from. We're up pretty high. I think you can probably see, you know, the mountains. We're almost level with the mountains over there, and it's a very, very, very steep gully. I don't know what's down there. Might be a river or something. And I don't know if you could see. It looks like a little town or something right down there. Anyway, we're probably headed down that way. I got another 5 or 6 miles to go yet today. But you can see the sun has come out, and everything is very, very pleasant. It's getting warm. It's probably mid 70s, and you know, for on the trail it's starting to get warm. But take this over the snow and rain for sure. Okay, I'm gonna head on down the trail. I will tell you this: there's the last shelter that we were at, where we had lunch, called Iron Mountain Shelter, and it's exactly 26.2 miles from downtown Damascus, which is the first place in Virginia that you come to. And some of the younger hikers that we've been running into for the last month decided to do the Damascus Marathon. So they left real early this morning, and they're going to hike 26.2 miles to Damascus today. They figured it was going to take them about 13, maybe a little over 13 hours to get there. So we'll see. And then I think they're going to take a 0. So we might see them in Damascus when Mike and I get there on Saturday. Every once in a while we'll come across a road, and we gotta, go up someplace and go through a gate. I've never seen a gate latch like this. It looks homemade, but how it works is you gotta lift this. You gotta lift one of these, then you can pull it open, and then when it shuts, I guess you gotta lift this back up to shut it. And it's the same way with with this. You gotta go back and then lift it back up. I just thought that was kind of interesting. And I don't know, they've got 3 different levels here. I guess this is just the handle, but this is what keeps the gate shut. Okay, might be interesting to my brother. Hey everybody, I'm 12 miles into the hike. I've got 2 or 3 more to go. But this is just really, really pretty. Just reminds me so much of home. the way the mountains lie, I'm gonna turn the camera around and show it to you. Kind of reminds me of being in the valley, being in a field, you know, at home. And I am getting close to Virginia, so it is pretty relevant. And so I'm gonna kind of swing this around, and you know, we've got mountains and a beautiful green field. The AT comes right through there, and then we've got some western mountains over here, so it is a bit of a valley. And up here, let's see, I think you can see it. Wait a minute. You probably can't see it yet, but there's a barn that I've seen on other videos that I've watched, and it's, you know, the AT goes right in front of it, and it's kind of cool. It's got a neat AT sign on it, symbol on it. I'll turn the camera around. I think you can see it now. See if I can. I can't zoom it up, but I think you see the barn in the background with the AT symbol on it. All right, just wanted to share this little field with you, and got another couple of miles to go. View of it. Think, you know, this is pretty well maintained, so I'm guessing whoever maintains it owns the barn there. But it's pretty cool. I don't know if you can see, but this field is just full of dandelions, and there's a million honeybees just taking it all in. Just so thankful to see the honeybees, just because they're in such distress, but having a field full of dandelions that they can collect nectar from is wonderful to see. Hey everybody, just want to close down day 41. It was a really good day. You know, yesterday we only did 10 miles, and then today we did about 15, and our legs just felt so much better. You really do have to have some recovery time for your body, and just doing a 10-mile day really helped today out. The terrain was good. You know, started out kind of foggy, as you all saw, but then it became just a very beautiful day. It got up to about 75, so it was a little hot, but we came through this pasture, and it really reminded me of home. And so that just, you know, made me want to get to Damascus even faster. Found a real nice shelter site, a couple of campsites. We're going to get up early, and we're going to get within striking distance of Damascus tomorrow. Probably just stealth camp, probably, you know, 3 to 4 miles outside of Damascus, so that we can get into town relatively early, have lunch, check in, and so forth. All right, just wanted to kind of close out the day. Really appreciate you guys watching, and the comments that you give me. I try to answer all of them when I get close to a Wi-Fi, but I really do appreciate you guys. So we will see you tomorrow on the trail. Take care.